dedicated to the Almighty, Cosmic Power, Supernal and Silence Formless Oneness, whose blessings, radiance, continued inspiration, booming energy and silent guidance that has graced me to follow the path of peace and enlightenment for realizing the ultimate truth and self-realization, and to be always being in Him for ultimate mergence in the Absolute. July 2010. Dr. H. Prashad. Preface. By the inspiration of Almighty and His divine grace, after lifelong spiritual engrossment, the book on Japu Ji Sahib and Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Spark of Enlightenment, has been accomplished. The book deals with the explanation of each Pauri of Japu Ji Sahib in the light of Vedanta philosophy, as has been conceived and perceived by the divine grace. The explanation is unique in many ways, since truth is always perfect in multifold dimensions. Followed by explanation in English of each Pauri, the equivalent shlokas or verses of different chapters of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, more relevant to the concerned Pauri, are written in Sanskrit along with the standard published explanation in English by the reputed authors. The exact equivalent verses of each Pauri could not be allocated. However, complete Japu Ji Sahib with due explanation, as conceived or experienced by the divine grace, with the relevant verses of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, has been accomplished. Since from my early age I was highly fascinated by the philosophical contents of Japu Ji Sahib and the Vedanta philosophy of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and with time I experienced the divine unison in modes of expressions in these classical wonders that has led to precipitate and concise my thoughts in the form of this book, which I humbly consider the natural showers of His grace on the pattern of present contemplation. This divine light appeared after going through the commentaries of different reputed authors of Japu Ji Sahib and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Almighty alone is the force behind expressions and expanse in all modes of His own glory. As I understand, no book in this particular pattern has appeared so far. I feel this book will be an integration of spiritual oneness, since source and origin of the mysterious divine knowledge is the same by the oneness of divinity. In the light of the above, I would like to express to the spiritual aspirants that there is no end to conceiving the depth of each word of these mysterious classics, and one can visualize that by any angle at any depth, the expressions and ideology will be perfect in all modes. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude to the cosmic power, the Almighty, who has infused me to take up this divine accomplishment and booned me with the source of untiring and inexhaustible energy by His blessings, radiance, continued inspiration and silence guidance to nurture me all the time to follow and pursue the mysterious divine path to be with the Self and Self alone. Also, I acknowledge the silent participation of my wife, Darshan, son and daughter-in-law Poojan and Gauri, and daughter and son-in-law Shweta and Rajiv with little Kriya to assist me to climb the ladder of divinity. Hyderabad, July 2010. Dr. H. Prashad. 1-2-319A, Gagan Mahal Do Malguda, 302 Central View, Hyderabad 500029, India. Phone 04027634907, 096520138280. Email har.prashad@gmail.com.